So here to solve this Tapa by Murat Can Tonta called quadruplets for these 4 clue groups that have the same repeated clues around them. 2-2, which is quickly resolved, actually around all of this space like so. We've got a set of no 2x2 rules, some connectivity cells. Down here we have to take this cell to get further out. Maybe the next space to look, 1-3 is another sort of force pattern. This is kind of like a 1-3 on the edge, given how the center cell works. So these exterior cells are always taken. But another thing is to note, some options where we can't take both of these cells. So let's think about connectivity through the grid, and we're going to find connectivity is pretty key across these different boundaries. Like we can't come across these 3 cells or across these 3 cells. Well, we also can't come across these cells. So a cell like this, even if it extended here, can't go further out. So it always has to come across the top and take this. In doing that, we now can mark these in, but also mark this in. Just marks off this, marks in this, marks off this, marks in this, marks off this. These come down. These are all satisfied now. Connectivity requires taking this cell. We said we can't come across the top for connectivity, so we're going to have to come through this cell for connectivity. To come in here, we're also going to come up to this cell to make this work. Let's sort of see in the bottom right corner, we can fill in this 3 immediately, but we don't come all the way up this space. So what we want to do is get around to this cell, and actually to get to this cell, we will continue extending up to these. So we have this pattern, which completes this 1-2 clue, sets at least this up. This 1-2 has one cell already marked off. So notice if you took this, you now don't have room for the other. So this is now a forced pattern that's a 1-2 like this. This marks this off. It means that this 1-2 will take either this cell or this cell, but we're going to have to come through this space like so. This is going to have to come across through this space. So how do we get from the center to the right side of the grid? It's only through these cells here because it's not through these 3 cells. So I've got to take these 2. Taking those 2, we have to take this to fulfill the 1-2. These for connectivity, this to get over to that side. We now need to think carefully about this 1-2 and this 1-2. If we took this single cell, we can't reach to this or this anymore. And then we only really have one side of attack to get into this space, and that's not going to give us 2 clues around this, a 1 and a 2. So this cell is not reachable. We instead need to take the further one in, get 2 cells around this. That now means we have a 1 around this clue. And again, where this 1-2 is 1 cell marked off, it's going to have to take these extremes. So this is the 1 cell here, extends over to these places. For connectivity, got to come down like so. That marks these clues off, no 2x2 rule, marks this in, marks this off, no 2x2 rule, and the last cell to finish the puzzle. So really nice theme with the quadrupled clues, and putting them near the edges made connectivity play out in all sorts of ways, but always through these same chutes. The 1-3 connectivity at the start, the 1-2 over here and across the top, forcing us into the center first and then back out through pathways like this and pathways like this. So thanks, Murat, for the puzzle. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you again soon.